Hello, hello, hello. So, I have to first start with hey, if you haven't been here, congratulations. Thanks for coming. I'm Jennifer Dragonette. I'm an integrative nutrition coach, but really, I'm here to help you find the energy so that you can live the life you love. So, today's topic is one that I had to take a minute. I had to take a step back because I was so livid when I left my Western practitioner's office yesterday. I could have cried. I did cry. I screamed, I cried, I got mad. I had all the freaking emotions. So, I don't normally come on and complain, but I figure you needed a little realness because it's all about being authentic and life isn't perfect. My life isn't perfect. I can help you feel better, but guess what? You're still going to have crappy days on occasion because that's life. We're human. There's no fixing that. So, I have been going through testing. I have been poked. I have been prodded. I have been a lot. I have just been, I don't know, gone through the ringer. So, I'm working with a functional medical doctor who used to be an ER doctor and also practices Eastern medicine, so acupuncture, Chinese herbs. And I go to a Western doctor because I have insurance. So the tests from there are wonderful. So for the last few months, I have been swelling like crazy. I have had so much inflammation and gained weight. I mean, gaining weight like it's going out of style, regardless of what is happening. I still have the energy. I still have the, happy. I still am joyful. But this excess inflammation is starting to kind of wear me down. It's starting to take my energy. It's starting to be something I want to kick to the freaking curb. And the problem with Western medicine is we have done tests. So my blood test came back positive for inflammation, very high levels of inflammation. My blood tests, they did a few different tests for inflammation, and both of the few all came back high. So I go in there and I'm having knee pain because I twisted my knee or did something mechanical to my knee. And I have swelling. I've had these weird, like low grade, higher core temperatures, like 99 to 100, for like 3 or 4 months. Like I just haven't felt the most amazing. However, when you go to a functional doctor, they listen to you. I feel like Western doctors just treat, and they just treat with pills. Here's my case in point. So, my functional doctor is running more tests because we want to figure out where exactly the inflammation is coming from. I walk into my other doctor's office, and my functional doctor suspects maybe I have Lyme, so get the test, even though it's very inaccurate, but it might give us an idea. So I ask for this test. The Western medical doctor said, yes, I'll give you that test. Well, after she spoke to me at our last appointment, she decided to take that test out because I didn't qualify for it, whatever the heck that means. She thought that, the joints being sore to close my fingers, things like that, that's just all part of whatever else I have going on. So I'm telling her about this stuff and how it's like, getting a little bit more painful. I'm having to carry around more weight. I've tried, I've gone all crazy fad diets. I've tried everything that I would do for clients. My hormones are completely disrupted. My cortisol is really high. It's just a freaking mess. And she has the nerve to look at me and say, well, we have given you the diagnosis of fibromyalgia, and all of this fits into fibromyalgia. Pause for a moment. Okay, so this is all fibromyalgia stuff. Okay, fibromyalgia comes from inflammation, whatever. There's a lot of that might be accurate. But what has changed in the last 3 months? And her solution was to put me back on antidepressants because fibromyalgia is all a brain disorder. For all of you that have fibromyalgia, go ahead, stick your middle finger up, because that's pretty much what I wanted to do. And that I could change this by just changing my thoughts. Okay, well, I'm all about being mindful. That's what my whole entire world has changed into since I went to that conference, is it turned into being mindful and being present. Maybe being present brings on fibromyalgia. I don't know. But when she was like, "Oh yeah, and then we'll give you a narcotic for the pain." So, instead of looking and doing more research, even though the inflammatory markers show these huge spikes, and if you look at what the markers could implicate, none of them has fibromyalgia in there. There's a lot more like they're more infection-based inflammation. And instead of digging into that more, it's I'm going to give you an antidepressant, I'm going to give you a narcotic for the pain, and I'm going to give you a referral to the psych department because it's all in your head. So, for those of you that struggle with invisible illnesses and you go to see a Western doctor that doesn't understand invisible illnesses, you might understand this thought. I am not a violent person. I am not somebody who's crazy, but I so badly wanted to punch her in the nose. And as she gets a bloody nose and she feels the drips of blood coming down her face, I wanted to be like, guess what? It's all in your head. Here's a referral to the psych department. Oh, and you need an antidepressant and a narcotic so you can get over it. So I know that people that are struggling with invisible illness, the struggle is real for all of us. And it's so crappy that we have to deal with this. And again, I hate complaining, but I can't hide anymore. The fact that I have something that is showing up in blood test, that has shown up in stool test, that has shown up in urinalysis, that has showed up in saliva testing. There is a problem more than some diagnosis that you don't understand. Yes, I could have fibromyalgia. Maybe you have misdiagnosed me since I was 13 with something I had. Or maybe I have it, but maybe when I pulled that last tick off of me a couple months ago, maybe that was an infected tick. But instead of checking, you are checking me into psych, putting me on big pharma freaking medication, and you are making it so that I become addicted to narcotics for pain that could be managed if we knew what the heck we were fighting. We are giving me fake stuff, fake emotions that I don't get to really process and feel. I deserve better than that. And it is so freaking frustrating to me that Western's medicine isn't even a fix the sick. It's a mask your symptoms so we don't have to treat you, so we can keep you sick. We want to keep you sick because our paychecks are from Big Pharma. If we stopped Big Pharma and Big Pharma wasn't putting all of these out there, that would be a huge deficit in our budget. Huge. But why should I have to suffer? Why should, be an advocate for yourself? But I am blessed enough that I can be an advocate for myself and I can afford to do the things financially, because you could go and have a stool test outside of your insurance, and guess what? It costs you $500 freaking dollars. You could go and get blood work and all of these things that if your Western doctor believed you and wanted to do the research or had the time to do the research. That's the other point, is it's like they are scheduled every 15 minutes. Of that 15 minutes, they are only allowed to spend 8 minutes with you. I've already spent more than 8 minutes talking about this issue alone. How are they going to solve anything in 8 freaking minutes? It's something needs to change. Something needs to give. Yes, heal with food and do all the things, but there are some things that you need to understand what you're trying to heal with food so that you can actually heal with food. Because if I would have known what I know now, I would have never tried the ketogenic diet, because the ketogenic diet threw my hormones off even more and made the situation worse. Is it bad for everyone? Heck no, it's not. It's a freaking amazing tool. It's a great detox. It's a great way to start being able to shift your mindset around food. But if you go through the markers that are coming back positive for me, I should not have even tried it. And I did. And it made me sick for months. It took me a while to unbalance, and I was already out of balance to come back into this half balance. So I had to rant today because I know that you're out there and I know that you're fighting, and the invisible illness, please, if you are one of us spoonies that is fighting the invisible illness, fight. Stand up, talk about it. And if you're one that doesn't understand the invisible illness, and we're out there and we're having a good time and we're running around and we're fully energized all the time, blah, 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 blah. If you tell someone who's in a fragile state, who is doing everything they can to make their life the best they can with what they have, and you tell them it's all in your head and to go see psych, you have just put another thorn in their side. You know, because the first thought that when somebody says that to me, I'm like, I hope you get this someday. And then I'm going to tell you it's all in your head. You know, but I don't really hope that anybody gets it. But like, if you're not there, don't make uneducated statements. Yes, there is a link between your emotions and fibromyalgia. You can create a huge flare up with fibromyalgia with your emotions, but it's not all in your head. So if you don't understand it, stop saying that. And Western medicine, get your head out of your butt. It's time. It's time to treat with something other than being the Prozac nation, the narcotic nation, because there is an underlying condition. And if you continue to do the same digging I could have done for free, because with insurance that I pay for, you would know that there's more to the situation than sending me to psych, putting me on an antidepressant and a narcotic. So that's my rant for the day. You don't normally get the ugly, you don't normally get the crap, but I am so frustrated. And this is me calm down because this happened yesterday at 9 a.m. This is me calm. But I am so upset at how our system works. My heart hurts for all of you out there that are suffering with these invisible illnesses that only have access to Western medicine. I hope you find a solution. And the problem is that Western medicine, yes, we're putting Band-Aids on stuff, but we're putting Band-Aids on stuff with Band-Aids that we are allergic to the stickum. We are making it worse. Find out, be an advocate for yourself, fight, reach out to HIPAA, reach out to their compliance department. The last thing I had going on, I had some weird like sinus infection that I couldn't get rid of, and they kept wanting to put me on more and more antibiotics. I finally fought to see an ENT, and this, mind you, I fought for a year and a half to see an ENT. I saw the ENT, my freaking right side, I had a deviated septum so bad that it was actually closed off, and I had a pocket in my sinus that had curled and closed itself off with stuff in there, and it was so infected. I had to go in, have my nose broken and that sinus trimmed. But it took me a year and a half of fighting, calling compliance, calling HIPAA, calling them out, reaching out to 7 on your side. Like, I had to do so much to fight for myself. If you are not feeling healthy, or if you are not feeling comfortable with the solution that your medical provider is offering you, be an advocate for yourself, because no one else is going to stand up for you. If you have any questions at all, I am here for you, and my heart is with you. I pray that every day that we can find a solution to this, because we don't deserve this. And I mean, think about it. Next month is, National No Plastic for a month, July. How many little pharmacy plastic bottles are floating around in our ocean because it's Ocean Day? How many of those little bottles that get thrown away end up out in our ocean? Yeah, we talk about the plastic bags and all of this, but there are so many things that are in plastic, which are also throwing off our hormones, which is a whole nother topic. But be an advocate for yourself. If you need help being an advocate for yourself, reach out to me. I can offer you what I've done. I'm no expert in being an advocate for yourself, but I can show you what I did for me. So, anyways, on a happy note, it's Friday. So, Friday, party on. Be an advocate for yourself because you are a freaking rock star and you deserve to be out there partying it up, having all the energy, and not being told it's in your head and you should go to the psych department. Side note, I do think everyone should have a therapist or a counselor because mental health is so important. But it isn't the only solution to these invisible illnesses. And neither is Prozac or Wellbutrin and narcotics. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.